All right. All right, my name is Sam. We are going over a competitor audit. So right now what we're doing is we have a prospective client who is interested in how their site compares to competitor sites. So this is this is the process that we go through to compare and give a high-level overview of how we are doing and what their competitors are looking at. So initially, we have a list of key competitors. This list was provided to us by the client. And so we are going to go ahead and grab the URLs for each of these. And we're going to go through and take a look at some key organic metrics to give us a feel for where the competitors are at. And then we're going to, we'll do our client site. And then what we give back to them is then a report that shows, all right, here's where all your competitors are. Here's where we're at. And then from a high level overview, this is what we think we need to do to get you where you want to be. So initially, we'll take a look at, we're using SEMrush for this. So take all of this with a slight grain of salt. The actual true organic numbers are never going to match what's in SEMrush, but it gives us sort of a level playing field where we can then at least compare people at a somewhat level place. So initially, we're going to look at Robert Half. This client is in the recruiting and job staffing space, and so we throw the domain in there, and we're going to grab the key metrics here. So we want authority score. In this case, they are 63. Estimated organic search traffic, so that's 799,000. That is estimated organic search traffic per month, so getting about 800,000 organic clicks per month. We want to look at keywords. So they have 266,600 keywords that they are ranking for in SEMrush. We want to look at, are they doing paid search? We're not focusing on paid search right now, but if someone's doing it, I want to at least note that so the client is aware. Then we're looking at the link building, and we're looking at referring domains and backlinks. So we're going to take down both of those numbers. They have 39,400 referring domains. They have 9.5 million backlinks. Now, Robert Half is a very well-known large site, so these are big numbers. But that's that. The other things we're going to take, one, we're going to manually look at the site, and I want to see what is the title of their homepage, just so we can kind of get an idea for some of the key terms that they're going to be going after. I want to see the H1 of their homepage. Interestingly, they don't have an H1. It's certainly not best practice, but we will note that. And then I want to look at their top keywords. And so to do that in SEMrush, we are going to go, we can click on keywords right here, or if you scroll down, you can see the top organic keywords. And what I typically do for this is I want to filter out their any branded terms. That's not going to be particularly helpful to us at the moment. And so to do that, you can go to advanced filters. We want to exclude keyword containing, and I'm just going to do Robert here. So if we apply that, then we should get most of their branded traffic out of the way. And then, I mean, they still have obviously tons of positions here. What we'll do is we're going to export just the first 100 rows, and we have that. We'll open that up here, and then I'm going to just take the first, we'll say or so, and then we're going to add that here. And so now what we have for them, and we'll make this look a little bit nicer, but we have their authority score, estimated organic traffic, ranking keywords, paid search, so everything that we just walked through. And now we're going to do that for these other 4 sites here. So next up we have Randstad. Let me get rid of that, and we'll take this over here. Let me get rid of this. So, oh, there's one other thing that I typically look. I want to see their pages, and so how many pages do they have? Do they have indexed here that are ranking in SEMrush at least? And so they have 36,896 pages. That's just another thing that we use to kind of take a look at where traffic is coming from. If we were to sign them as a client, we would start to go into this a little bit more in-depth look at which pages are driving the most traffic, what keywords are targeting there, and what's going to be relevant for our client. So next we will take the next website here, and we're going to walk through the same process. We're going to search the website. We're going to go to domain overview, and I want to make sure that if you're doing this, and depending on where you're searching, sometimes it'll give you the US numbers, sometimes it'll give you the worldwide numbers. I'm fine with either. I just want to make sure that we are comparing on the same. And so I'm actually go back and look. I don't know which one Robert Half did. We go domain overview. It was the US. Great. So we'll do that then. This is our next website. And so Robert Half was 63. They're at a 51 authority score, so a little bit less. They still have a bunch of organic traffic, 390,400 searches per month, 171,200 keywords. Are they running? They are running paid ads. This won't always be accurate for a site this big. It tends to be, or at least that it's actually true. Sometimes we'll see that it says no one's running ads when in actuality they are. We're referring domains here, 6,600. That's quite a few less. And then 1.3 million backlinks. Then we will take a look at the site itself here quickly, and grab the title of the main page. And we will grab the H1 and their search jobs through Redstone. And then we'll do the same thing now, where we are going to go look at their keywords. And I don't want to add keywords. We're going to look at their organic keywords. And then we want to filter out again. So we will exclude keywords containing their brand name. Apply that. And then, well, that's good enough. We'll export the first 100. We're going to grab those keywords, add them to our sheet here. I think we went up to row 50 last time. And then the last thing we want to do for them is, again, go look at their pages and how many pages do they have. They have 38,795. Another thing that we would start to look at as we got more into this would be, how is their site structured? And that's a lot of pages on the site. The prospective clients is a fairly new business in this area, and so they are starting from much smaller. So we would need to really focus on a specific niche that we're going after, because we're not going to catch them on authority score or link building or anything like that in the near future. So next one we have is kellyservices.com. So they're right in line with what the last one was at, but authority score is 53, organic search traffic 347,800, ranking keywords down here they have 113,700. How many? Let's see here. Are they running paid ads? This is not picking up anything for paid ads. They have 5,200 referring domains. They have 687,200 backlinks. Let's go to their top organic keywords, and we are going to, again, filter out branded search. If we go to advanced filters, we want to exclude. We're going to go Kelly there. And then we will export our first 100 rows. We'll grab our first 100. Not first 100, but our first 49 or 50 keywords here. Paste that in. We'll take a look at, let's get rid of that. We'll take a look at their title and meta description. I'm using, this is SEO Pro extension by Marketing Serum. It's a Chrome extension. There's a number of these for the SEO space. This is just the one that I've been using for a while here, and it's helpful in pulling out title, meta description, headings, schema that's on pages. And so that's what we're using there. We will paste the title in there, and then their H1 we will throw in there as well. And then the last thing, I still didn't grab their pages. So then we are going to come over to pages here, and they have 355 organic pages. That's much more in range with something that we could potentially do on a quicker scale there. All right, we have 2 more sites. The next one is going to be Aerotech. So we'll go back to domain overview. We will throw in that URL there and search. And then this one, we have an authority score of 50. We have 558,600 organic sessions a month, 126,900 keywords. So a lot of these are falling. They're in the same ballpark here. Yes, they are running ads. And then referring domains, we have 4,300. And then we have 107,100 backlinks. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I usually pay more attention to the referring domains than the backlinks, largely because, especially with tools like this, sometimes the backlinks get, like, you might have one website that has thousands of backlinks on it, and those aren't necessarily all going to carry the same weight or be as meaningful. And so I'm more interested in how many referring domains do we have, and then try to match that number more than I'm trying to match just the backlinks there. Last thing we're going to look at then is pages. So we want to go to organic research. You could just click over here, but I go down there to the keywords, and we're going to click over to pages. And they have 22,208 pages. I'm getting that number right here. It tells us the organic pages there. Then we'll go back to, back to our keywords. And we will filter out. So we're going to exclude the brand name again and apply that. This just gives us a better feel for the main keyword, or the keywords that we would be targeting or potentially targeting. And then we're going to export our first 100, get that Excel sheet, grab our top 49 rows here, add that in our spreadsheet. I'll bring this back over here so you can see what I'm adding it to. We got to grab the title and the H1. Again, this is just to give us a feel for where that's at. Come back here, H1, just rise. Interesting. Put that there. Oops. And then the last site we're doing, this is a deco. So we'll come back, clear some of this stuff out, go back to domain overview. We'll throw in a deco there, and then authority score is 52, organic search traffic 465.5, 48,100 keywords. We're grabbing this right here. Remember, again, just be mindful of worldwide versus US or other countries, just to make sure that we're on the same playing field for everybody. Referring domains 7,700, and then 2.1 million backlinks there. They also appear to be running ads. And then we want to, we'll quickly grab how many organic pages they have ranking, 7,499. And then we're going to go back to the overview here. And we want the keywords. And we want to filter out, we'll exclude their brand name. If I wanted to be more thorough with this, I would do variations of brand names, because people are going to misspell stuff. But for right now, we will leave it at that. Interesting that they have like Gen Z years as some of their main keywords. First 100, we're going to grab the Excel file there. And we're going to go grab our top pages and we paste those in. Another thing to note on these keywords is that it's filtered by the moment by traffic percent. And so this is SEMrush's estimate of how much of the total website traffic this keyword is driving 3.84%, this keyword is driving 3.14%, and so on. Things that we would start to look at more closely are, you might be ranking for a particular keyword, but maybe you're not ranking very high, and so your traffic percent is super low. It's not going to be as big of a deal. But that's another thing to know, and that's just how the keywords are filtered at the moment. Now we will come back here. Let's grab their title. We're going to add that into our spreadsheet, and we're going to check the H1. Now they have 3 H1s, looking for a job, looking to hire, how our application process works. I'm just taking the top one at the moment. Again, this is just for context. Again, we run an SEO agency, and at the moment, we are putting together just a quick audit for our prospective client to see these are some of the big competitors that they're looking at, and we want to get a feel for, all right, where do we stand compared to the competitors, and that will help inform our strategy. So as an example, we'll then take, that we have now our main so we have our main numbers here. We'll then take an average of these and average that out there. We'll come down and do that for each of these. And this, again, this gives us a high-level feel for where we need to be if we want to be competitive with these clients. And so then my initial takeaways from all of this. So, authority score is at 53.8. That's fairly high. Again, the client that we're doing this for, they're a newer client, so I know this is going to be quite a bit higher than where they're at, but it's good to know. Estimated organic traffic 542,000. This is monthly sessions on average for these sites. Ranking keywords, 145,000 keywords, pages, 21,000 pages, referring domains, 12,600, backlinks, 2.7 million. So all that to say, these are well-established sites that have very strong metrics from an organic perspective, which is just what it is. So now what we'll do is we're going to, to keep anonymity, I'm going to wrap up the video here, but kind of our next steps are going to be looking at, we'll run the same process for the prospective client site, and then we'll put together a little report that shows, all right, here's where all these guys are, here is where you are, and then based off of what we know they want to focus, we will start to give some input on where we think they should be started. Things that we'll go through and look at these top keywords here just to get a feel for, okay, what types of terms are they ranking for? So like staffing agencies, temp services, temp jobs, and so forth. In our case, the client has a particular niche that they want to focus in, and so that's going to be helpful for them, because instead of trying to compete with just staffing agency, they will do like staffing agency for, or we'll give what's an example. Say you wanted a law firm or attorneys, you could do like attorney staffing agency or attorney temp agency or things like that. So we're narrowing down our scope, which is going to be helpful for them because they're not trying to compete against these big, broader terms, but we get a little bit more niche. The other thing that we'll be looking at is staffing agency here. Are we competing nationally? Or are we competing locally? And for us, if I just Google staffing agency, Robert Half is running ads there. But what results do we get? Are they giving us national results, or are they giving us local results? So one, I am getting a Google Business Profile local map pack here. And so that's an indication, hey, these are local results that are coming back. Then I'm looking at some of the top pages here, and we have, I live in Swanee, Georgia, but I'm getting a Swanee page. I'm getting a Swanee page. I'm getting an Atlanta page where we're close by Atlanta. All of this means to me is we need to narrow in on what locations we want to be targeting, and then we're going to want to build out location-specific pages for each city that we want to target. I'm also checking, like we have a discussion forum here, and so having branded accounts that are commenting on and making posts on Reddit or Quora is an approach that they could take to help get positioned on that side. Then we have another more locally relevant result here. More Reddit, LinkedIn, TikTok even. But we'll note all of this to the client then of like, all right, here's what we're seeing. We're getting a map pack here. So you want your Google business profile, you want to get reviews, we want location specific pages. People also ask, we'll want to typically cover these questions on our website somewhere. You may want to consider Reddit and Quora. You may want to consider a strong LinkedIn campaign, which would make sense for them in the staffing world. Even TikTok here. That's something they want to invest into. That is, in addition to what TikTok could bring, it's showing up on the first page of Google. So all of that to say, that's our overview. Again, this is just an initial competitor audit to get a lay of the land for the competitors that our prospective client is looking at. This is my first live. Anybody that's watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.